Guys, what's going on? Back with another video. How's everybody doing? We're back with the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered on PC. We're playing through this. We're on the 7th mission. I believe this is called the Hornet's Nest. I just checked. I don't know if it put... Yeah, the Hornet's Nest is what this is called. So basically, the mission before last, we had to basically, like, capture this dude in the Favela, like this bad guy who had intel on Makarov, and so we got the intel out of him about where I believe it's where Captain Price is, who's like gonna give us. This is quite a contrived plot for a game, but in any event, now that we have the intel that we need to get the hell out of here. And Hornet's Nest is an appropriate description for this situation because we're in this favela in Brazil, I believe, and you can tell the you got like basically like Tony Montana's guys are like, you know, all up in our business here. So anyways, in other words, we got the yayo, and now it's time to, you know, get the heck out of here. Now if I remember correctly, I think what happens later in this mission, this was like a long time ago, when I think last played this. I believe like what happens is like we basically have to kind of like shoot our way out, and you get to the end, and it's like everybody else jumps in the chopper, and we just kind of like fall off a roof, and then like have to run all the way back through the favela by ourselves with no weapons, not get hit, and get to a chopper which is perfectly placed off the edge of a building with a rope ladder dangling perfectly in front of us, and then in slow motion, like, run and jump and grab on as they fly away into the night or the day. But I'm pretty sure that's how this one ends. So in any event, here we are, PC, max settings, 4K. Actually, I'm not sure. So I'm playing in 4K. I think it's recording in 4K. But, this G18 is pretty sick. But sometimes it just doesn't. Like, I do record in 4K. Well, I mean, it's in 4K. I press record, and sometimes it records it in 1080p, even though it's in 4K. And sometimes it records the 4K. So, whatever it happens to be, it's what it is. But I can assure you that this remastered version of the game looks stupendous. So, you know, as I've said before with this, and I'm going to address why I haven't made a video in months in a second. Oh, whoops. Because I know that's probably what you're wondering. Basically, like they made the single player, and there's a rumor that the multiplayer remastered is done, and they just didn't release it for whatever reason. And so it's like, this is, I wouldn't say this is like the best Call of Duty, but it was pretty awesome when it came out. I mean, it was really fun. It was the game that really, you know, this game, I think, defined an era of games. Like this game, like before this, it was like, you know, you had, this came out in 2009, and so you had, you know, people played Xbox, they played, what was it, the 360, you know, and there was the PlayStation 3 at the time, and, you know, you had games and people played them and everything, but, you know, there was no YouTube, there was no Twitch. I mean, there was YouTube, but there was no YouTube, you know, gaming or streaming or anything like that. There was no Twitch. There was no, like, that whole, you know, business of watching people play games just didn't exist. It was not a thing yet. I mean, you had, like, a handful of people on, like, 'cause you used to have, like, Google Video before, you know, YouTube. There was a thing called Google Video. This is, like, 2006 and 7 and stuff. And then, like, you know, you had, like, I mean, this was, like, right when I first was a youngin', and, you know, like, you know, first kind of got into it. Like, I would look up, like, oh, how do you, like, you know, you know, like, I used to look up, like, how to get achievements in different games. So you'd have these people who would get because at the time, you gotta remember, like, 2008, 2009, like, cell phones, you know, like, people didn't really have the iPhone for the most part. Like, it kind of just came out, and so you had, you know, a lot of people who recorded videos still used, like, camcorders, like, with, like, little tapes and little, like, mini DVDs in them. And so you used to have, like, people literally film their TV screen And I remember at the time, like the maximum size for a YouTube video was 2 gigabytes. Or, I mean, it was probably even smaller than, I think in 2009 it was 2 gigabytes. Unless you were like a fancy, like, because they used to have like a partner. Like if you were a partner on YouTube, then you could get like custom thumbnails and a background. Like it's totally different now. But like that's kind of how it started, was like people making, that's not our guy, alright. I was gonna say, because it said Captain McTavish, like since I saw the name, I was like, oh, that must be our guy, and I was like, no, that's not him, that's just, again, this is basically a level where, like, we might as well be in, like, in Havana trying to, like, you know, steal the yayo here, is basically kind of how what this looks like. But in any event, you know, like, that's, we're gonna chuck a grenade up there. Except you don't want to chuck a grenade uphill, that's probably not the best. I fixed a little bit, so we should be alright. But basically, you know, you had, like, that's all there was like, you know, you had a few people, you know, on YouTube who, you know, played games or made tutorials. Like, a lot of it was just tutorials, and it was, like, of low quality, like, VHS camera. Whoa, the hood almost took me out there. Like, aimed at a CRT TV, like those old tube TVs, or, like, you know, maybe, like, an early flat screen TV, like, kind of a crappy one. Very low quality. With like one of those like royalty-free YouTube tracks, like I don't know, there's like a handful of ones you hear in every video. That's like all there was. And so, oh, I think grenade's gonna get me. And then, yup, man, there's nothing I could do there. They really had me. I wonder if I stayed where I was far enough away, because I kind of ran into it. But in any event, like when this game came out, you know, all of a sudden, like, since this game was, this was the best-selling game of all time for, I think, several years. I mean, this game was just huge. It was, I remember, like, everybody at school talked about it. Like, I mean, it was just, I mean, it was everything. It was huge. There had never been a game like this game before when this game came out. It just changed everything. And so, like, at the time, you know, because there was no, you know, like, really, there really weren't capture cards. Like, I think there was, the thing I used when I first got started was the Hapog HD PVR. So I wonder if that's even still a thing. If that company's still in business. But, in any event, like, that was used for, like, people trying to, like, transfer, like, video, like home movies off of, like, video cams. So, like, people just kind of jury-rigged these, like, because, like, there was no, like, Elgato game capture. There was none of that. And so you just had people, like, I remember there was this one thing people would do where they would get, like, they would use, like, the yellow, the red, and the white, whatever it was, like, that old kind of hookup on their console, and, like, would plug it into a VHS camera, and then plug the USB on the camera into their computer. Like, all these different ways people would do it. And starting with this game, like, it created this whole industry, basically. And it was a ton of fun, and it was a great game. And so, anyways, with that being said, the single player was kind of like, you know, it was entertaining. It was like very like Hollywood-esque, over-the-top, fun, arcade, kind of like crazy. But the multiplayer of this game was really what was like, you know, out of this world. And so, hopefully they remaster that. Like, really, like, if they just remastered the multiplayer of this game, maybe add some maps and some weapons and stuff. No jetpacks, no, you know, like any of that crap. No, you know, coins and microtransactions and so on and so forth. But if they just remaster this, you know, added some maps and some guns and stuff, I'll pay, well, I don't know if I'll pay $60 for just that, but, like, that could be the whole game for this year. I mean, I know it's going to be that Call of Duty Cold War, which looks really, really good. But, you know, this was great. So if they ever remastered the multiplayer for this game, maybe for, like, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, that'd be really nice. Cool. This is a great game. And it would be nice to see a remastered multiplayer. So, anyways. Yeah, so we basically got to fight our way through this favela, as you can see. So this is the G18. The G18 was like one of the most notorious, and actually here's the model 1887. So this shotgun here was like, these two things were like the two, it's funny that, you know, I was standing over one when I was holding the other, because those were like the two most notorious guns in this game. I remember this game had like terrible guns. It had like the F2000 people would like make fun of. But the G18 was like, used to have like, I remember people like go on multiplayer, like dual wielding, what was it called, like akimbo. G18s, and here's our chopper. It was just, what a time to be alive. Alright, so we're following these guys. 20 seconds, that's optimistic. Yeah, so this guy's supposed to land here, and now he's getting, like, shot at, and so that's, you know, freaking behind enemy lines over here, so this isn't gonna work. So we're gonna have to, like, go meet him somewhere else, and, you know, as always, nothing ever seems to go to plan. In any event, Call of Duty Cold War, looks freaking awesome. You know, I know, like, always what they do with these games is, like, they, you know, like, the first, you know, like month or, well, I mean, this year, like, usually they debut the game like in May, but with coronavirus, I think everything just kind of got, I mean, this year's just been a cluster. And so, like, they released, you know, the ad for it late, and, you know, they always show the campaign early, and we're gonna, like, fall off this thing. As you can see, that's kind of cliched. No! Oh! Anyway, so it's like I mean, nobody ever really, I mean, people play the campaign for like 2 minutes and they go to the multiplayer, but the campaign looks awesome. Freaking awesome. I mean, the whole Cold War setting, you know, oh crap. Would you, like, just shit yourself if you were, like, down on the ground here and, like, everybody was coming for you? I always used to hate playing this part here, because, like, just being, like, alone with no gun or anything, just being, like, totally outnumbered. I like how there's these, like, nice, like, little Chiron things that come up and tell us how far we are. But anyways, that game looks awesome. Just the story, just everything about the Cold War, just, like, the thematics and drama of all that is just a great setting for a game. And I think they changed the time of day of this mission, because it didn't used to be this late in the day. It used to be, like, in the middle of the day, I remember. Yeah, I'm coming, bro. I'm glad there's, like, these magical floating numbers. Oh, I was going to tell you what I've been doing for a few months. And why I haven't been making videos. Well, too late. I'll have to do that in the next video. Alright, next video I will spill the beans on that. Oh! Crap. Run and jump. Yeah, I pressed A and it didn't let me jump. Maybe just fell through the ground there. Huh. Didn't fade to black fast enough. Alright, here we go. Alright, I gotta get a rank star. Let me catch my breath. Ah! There we go. Alrighty. Well, do we want to get in, or? Alright, guys, let's go do this video. We will be up next with the next mission coming at you. So.